Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we are doing a pick a card reading based on the King of Cups energy. And so for pile number 1 we have the Universal Celtic Tarot with the grossular garnet. Pile number 2 is the Everyday Witch Tarot with, let me make sure I pronounce this right, scolecite. Pile number 3 is the Steampunk Tarot with the green leopard skin jasper. Pile number 4 is the Rider Tarot with the epidote. And pile number 5 is the Norse Rune Ingwaz with the rhyolite crystal. Okay, so pick your pile or piles using your intuition, but today we will be tapping into emotional stability, being worthy of respect, okay, and following your heart while not being led astray, okay, and that sort of energy that goes with the King of Cups. If you picked pile number 1 with the Universal Celtic Tarot and the grossular garnet, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today, we are tapping into the energy of the King of Cups and asking questions like respect, emotional balance and stability, following one's heart while not being led astray by it. Okay? Okay, so we're starting off with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is very much a card of sorrow, of pain, of negative thoughts, of inner demons. I'm getting a fear of gossip. Someone here does not feel respected because they fear they're being gossiped about. Okay? And the other side is urging you to create a new way of thinking about this, okay? For one, it does not matter what anybody else says about you. Full stop. It just doesn't. If it is affecting your personal life, your business life, your spiritual life, then that is something that you need to look at and examine, okay? But only listen to the advice and words of those who are worthy, who have earned the right for you to seek their counsel if you choose. Okay? And they really want you to work on the way you're thinking about things, and the way you're thinking about yourself. Okay, because this is what you are. Look at how beautifully powerful this is. Okay? This is what you're meant to be. That balance of earth, air, fire, and water, standing in your own personal power with a purity of intention, who doesn't give a fig about what anyone else thinks, because they've earned the right to have a good opinion of themselves. And we should always strive for that. We should always strive for a good opinion of ourselves, because that's the only one that matters. Okay? They are urging you to be stable in your energies and to ground yourself in nature, because these sorts of listening to other people's gossip and bad, negative word choices causes blockages in other areas of our life, such as health, wealth, and household. Okay? So they're asking you to clear those and follow your own path. Okay? Do not worry about what anybody else thinks. The other side has got you. They're protecting you. Race, run, leap, dance in your own power, in your own energy, knowing that you are loved and respected on the other side. Okay? But most of all, knowing you're capable of loving and respecting yourself, and you should be doing so. Okay? I'm getting here that this is an act of enlightenment. You are going to have a moment of enlightenment where you step into this energy because you have been working on it. You have been working hard on it. You have been doing the shadow work. You have been mastering your craft. You have been attempting to bring about positive changes in your health, wealth, and household, and your employment and your business. You've been incorporating your spirituality with the practical matters of your life. And this is going to reap benefits. I see you using meditation and grounding techniques to overcome the skeletons of your past, to accept and embrace the unknown. Okay? There's just this little last push here pertaining to what other people think. There's almost like your hesitation to embrace your destiny comes from this very thing, the fear of what other people think and say about you. Okay? When in reality, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay? They're asking you to balance your emotions and the way that you think about yourself and the world. Okay? And remember that you are a badass being of love and light. Okay? And only those who are worthy should be allowed to enter your energetic sphere. Alright? They're asking you to leave behind all that does not serve you, and that includes emotions that do not serve you. Okay, that includes ways of thinking that do not serve you. All right, and don't wax poetic or nostalgic about the past and how you used to be, because how things are going to be so much more fulfilling for you as you step into trueness of self. Okay, they're asking you to rest. Your thoughts and your anxieties are getting the better of you here as you are awaiting this beautiful sunrise that is coming in your life. Okay? So just take that moment to breathe and to rest. And don't fall prey to deceptive thoughts. All right? And don't worry about the venom being spewed by others. You know, it's just, treat it as if it is none of your business. Because it isn't. Right? And I know that seems harsh, but what other people think about you isn't our business. That's their problem. That's their baggage. That's their thing that they need to work through and work on. For you, they're a lesson learned. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. And with the Three of Pentacles, this sees you manifesting and achieving your goals in such a magnificent sphere that not only does it affect this time and reality that you're in, but it affects other times and realities down through the ages, down in the future. So this could mean intergenerational wealth. This could mean a partnership that has long-lasting effects, okay, working together to achieve a goal. I also see some spiritual work here, maybe even some interdimensional or astral travel. Okay, and what I see for that future with you is this beautiful, beautiful, abundant energy of the Nine of Pentacles. This is independent, personal power at its finest. All right, this is everything. Self-worth, self-value, self-respect, but also health, wealth, household. This is enormous spiritual power. Okay? And all this comes about because of that work you put in. When you went into hermit mode, when you did your shadow work, when you noticed the small beauties of life, you know, the lightning bug as it floats by, you know, the clouds, different shapes. You know, you embraced the rain and the storm to cleanse your soul. You found beauty in the every day that helped you grow. Okay? And while there are many things you yet still do not know, and many things that are yet to be revealed to you, okay, one of the things that they do wish to share with you is that you will have an overflowing emotional abundance of love. Love and passion. Grounded in the roots of family and friendship and light. Blessed by the divine. So beautiful, so very beautiful, and I'm very excited for you. And I understand it's difficult to step out of that zone of worrying about what other people think and say about you. Gossiping is a terrible habit for people to adopt. It causes so much damage. But remember, it does not rule you, okay? With your grossular garnet, this helps with prosperity, growth, hope, abundance, emotional growth, empowerment, encouraging new opportunities. It fosters self-acceptance. It helps with a connection to Mother Earth, healing, regeneration, gratitude, service to others, and it works with the heart chakra. Okay? And this came from the atomic squid. And you can find the atomic squid on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Okay, let's pull for you a white light oracle card today. Oh, that's the one that wants to come. Okay. And I'm thinking this one as well. Number 36, Telepathy of Terra Mater. The pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of the Earth Mother are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. Following up on inspired ideas and allowing for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to the manifestation of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart, even if it seems improbable or unattainable. It will manifest successfully. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Believe in the impossible. Really coming through strong there. Number 20, Spiritual Owl of 852 Hertz. Because you were very much about to discover that what you dreamt of, what you thought was impossible, is not impossible. It is going to happen for you. It might benefit you to listen to music at 852 hertz. Someone here may have a spirit animal of the owl. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. And that is a beautiful message. So beautiful. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. Bye. If you picked pile number 2 with the Everyday Witch Tarot and the scolecite crystal, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today, we are using the King of Cups to draw us into the questions of issues with respect, emotional stability, following our heart while not being led astray, and that sort of energy, okay? And I am seeing, okay, all So, right off the bat, we have Ace of Wands, okay? So, I get the feeling that you are juggling a lot right now, okay? And a big part of that is you are working on your spiritual growth, a spiritual new beginning, new gifts that have been revealed to you, new knowledge that you have been gaining, a connection with nature that you may or may not have previously understood that you had, channeling that inner fire, that inner passion towards following that most inner sacred self. And this is leading you to a new relationship with yourself and with others. And it is drawing in soulmates to you, people and souls who are meant to be a part of your journey and your growth. Okay? Now, this has caused some lower energies in your life to become more evident. Okay? This could be a spouse, a family member, a coworker, a friend, a child even. And it's showing you patterns of behavior that exist in your relationships that do not suit you, do not serve you, and are not serving actually anyone in that environment, okay? Whether it's through enabling that behavior or whether it's bringing all your own energies down, whatever this is, it is a weighty thing, okay? I'm getting it for some of you, that heavy energy, those of you that are empaths, it may even be making you physically ill, okay? Causing you to have lower energy as a result of being in that environment. So there is you're on a threshold, okay? You're in a moment of decision of what to do with this situation. And I am getting that for some of you, that energy includes someone who has an attitude of ingratitude, and no matter how much they have, it's just not enough. No matter how much you contribute, it's not enough. I'm also getting that some of you are having a low moment because no matter how hard you work, you're not being paid your worth, your value, and it's affecting your emotional stability. But with the Judgment card here, the other side is telling you that the answer lies in transformation via dancing to your own tune, singing your own song, speaking your own words, your own thoughts, your own voice, okay, and not those of others. Setting yourself free, all right, from any sort of negative karmic ties. And once you choose that path, that personal power, you are really going to learn how to harness that, okay? That inner passion that is wanting to be set free is going to ignite your power. Sorry, excuse me, my asthma's flaring up again. With the Queen of Cups, we're dealing with emotional healing and stability. Yes, absolutely. But we're also dealing with that abundant, fertile energy. And you're on the cusp of something. Okay? Once again, here you are in a threshold, on a doorway. Here you're on a shore. Once again, here you are on a beach, on the cusp of something, in the transitional space, where you're leaving behind the negativity that does not serve you. You are healing, stepping into your own personal abundance, grounding in your own love energy, okay? And that leads to a joyous new awakening, an enlightenment, an understanding of things that you just did not see before. And this causes the energy flow that's been blocking your material world to be set free, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, it sets that health, wealth, and household energy, that tangible things of the world, really into motion, okay? And I am getting the energy here of artist. I'm getting of traveler, of an entrepreneur, someone who wants to do one of those mystery capsule stores online, getting all kinds of things. Someone who makes brooms. Maybe it's a metaphysical shop I'm seeing. But it involves passion and it involves abundance. Okay? And there also may be a farming community or something like that. There's almost a monastic energy to that card today for some reason. So maybe you're this is only going to be for something specific here, but I get like reinventing a space that may have once been used for a different spiritual purpose, and you are transitioning it over into your personal spiritual purpose. With the Eight of Wands, this means that for a time you're going to be busy, right? You're going to be balancing a lot of things, your personal gifts and how to use them. There may be moments when you need to stop and rest and recuperate and rejuvenate and then get back in the thick of things, but follow your intuition. Use your creativity, because your passion is really going to be driving you forward, but you are protected. Remember that as you move forward. But there is that strong urge to, when you need to rest, do so. Okay? Don't worry about stagnant energies. Don't worry about things not being there. They will be there. You take care of yourself. All right? And when it is time to move forward, you will know. Okay? And you will, the universe will co-create with you a map for this path you wish to take. Okay? And don't fear the tower moments of life. Don't fear the changes in life, because they bring about more growth and more prosperity. Just be sure you're approaching all of these things with a clarity of mind. Okay? Make sure you use logic and reason. Make sure you know yourself well enough to make decisions that are best for you. All right? Very important there. But I do see a new beginning for you, a grand adventure. It's just beautiful. A life starting over in a gorgeous way. You pursuing your love and your passion for what it is that you want to do, and you're going to be earning money, having growth physically, because you're pursuing your passion and with courage. But it does require making a choice without knowing all the information, right? You don't know exactly what the future holds, but that's okay. That's okay. You're not alone, all right? So, be brave, be bold, and make that choice from a place of love, compassion, and healing and abundance, okay? All right, let's read your crystal scolecite. This helps with energy. It helps with chakra activation, spiritual connection and communication, dream work, emotional healing, inner peace, interdimensional connection, meditation, sleep, self-healing, spiritual awareness, and it works with the third eye, crown, and soul star chakras. And this came from the atomic squid. And when you shine a light behind it, you can see through it, and it's got some cool patterns in it. Okay? And you can find the atomic squid on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, let's pull for you a white light oracle message today. Okay, that came out in pile number 1. So if you were drawn, both of these came out in pile number 1. All right, so if you were at all drawn to pile number 1, I very much recommend that you go and listen to that, okay? All right. The pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of the Earth Mother are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. Following up on inspired ideas and allowing for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to the manifestations of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart, even if it seems improbable or unattainable. It will manifest successfully. Isn't that wonderful? And then number 20, Spirit Owl of 852 hertz. It might benefit you to listen to music at 852 hertz. Someone here may have the spirit animal of the owl. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always, and you've got this. Love you. Bye. If you chose pile number 3 with the Steampunk Tarot and the green leopard skin jasper, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are drawing on the King of Cups energy to ask questions about things like respect, emotional balance, and following our hearts while not being taken advantage of. Okay? Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, we see a forward motion being taken on the things of your material sphere. So that's your health, wealth, your household, the tangible things that you can touch. Okay? So there is slow but steady progress being made, and your prayers of manifestation that are going up into the universe are being heard and being taken action upon. Okay? While this is happening, I also see that you have been working on your spiritual sphere, being a student of your own spirituality. Okay? And I get that you're doing this discreetly. You're doing this privately. You're not really talking much about it with other people. There may be a couple of people in your life that may know about it, maybe, but you've mostly been keeping it to yourself. A little nervous, about what people might say or think about you, that they might not respect you or think that you're crazy. Okay? But I also get that you're trying to fit yourself into a mold that just, by doing that, you're trying to put yourself into a mold that doesn't fit. There is as you were growing, there was one way of being that was expected of you, right? As a child and as an adult, as you were growing and learning in life. But I'm getting that identity no longer suits you. That identity no longer serves you, and that you are stepping forward to find your own personal identity and your own personal style. And you may have some wounds and some things that you've had to work through and shadow work, along the way. But you are doing it. You are putting in the work. And not everyone's going to be happy about this, okay? There is a word of advice here about those of you who are recovering from addiction, not to, during this time of in-between, to fall back into old habits, okay? Release that, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's emotional relationships that don't serve you and you know it, but you just can't let them go, whether it's overeating, whatever it is that it does this for you, okay? Know that you're not alone, and make sure that you seek help if you need it, a therapist, or go to an AA meeting, or whatever it is that you need, okay? Do not let this transition period be the thing that causes you to fall off of your path, because they want you to continue on moving forward steadily, balanced, knowing that you are protected, okay? Such strong forward moving energy here with this one. With the King of Cups, which drew us into this to begin with, we do see you having everything that you desire, okay? Emotionally, your stability, okay? I am getting that some of you may be having a hard time letting go of some old habits of partying or drinking or smoking or something like that, okay? And they're asking you to please leave those behind. And I'm getting that some of you have been saving up money for an adventure. Travel, a move, a business endeavor, okay? I am getting that money has been being saved or put aside. I'm also getting a desire to accrue money coming through here, okay? And this is going to be taking action on very quickly. All right. Almost with lightning speed, it seems. Just make sure you keep a cool head. Keep your head about you, okay, as this success comes in. And remember, you have the strength to face anything and everything. You have infinite strength, okay? I'm getting here that you are a compassionate individual. But part of that has led you to care maybe too much about others, which has given you, it has altered the focus from what you need to be focused on at times, okay? It's almost as if your soul is putting out an SOS and asking you to please get back on course, to look at the lighthouse, you know, and not the burning ship, okay? Yeah, they're really wanting you to get your focus back on what matters and what's important to you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Keep your focus on what it matters to you. And here we have the star with restoration, rejuvenation, healing, a beautiful grounded energy, but it also can mean stardom and fame, that star quality, charisma, that brings in all that you desire. It is a card of ultimate manifestation. And you are manifesting your dreams and your desires. Look at this beautiful sun energy, this couple dancing because they've found one another. They're sharing this beautiful life together in love and mutual respect and understanding. You have the sunflowers with joy and happiness. Even a little pet, a friend, companion there. So someone here might benefit from having an animal companion. I am seeing Leo energy here as part of this. You don't have to be a Leo, but I am seeing that coming through here. And with the lovers, okay, that ties in with the sun. So whether this is an existing relationship that you have being enhanced by all of this personal growth and movement, or whether this is you finding a new relationship and it being the one destined for you by the divine and a blessing there. I am getting the whole till death do us part energy here. I'm also getting Valkyrie, chosen of the All-Father and the All-Mother energy here. Yeah, that's coming through pretty strong there. Okay, I'm seeing wedding. I am. So whether you're going to get married or whether you're going to get engaged or have a vow renewal, I am seeing some sort of event of that type. Also, it could be that you're doing a business together, like opening an events space, okay, or a shop or something like that. A shop of oddities is coming through here. Okay, so whether it's in love or business, I am seeing it coming to a very beautiful, beautiful place. All right, let's look at your leopard skin, green leopard skin jasper. Helps with grounding, protection, emotional healing, spiritual growth. It helps in connection with the earth and spiritual and your spirit animal energies. And we had a lion here and we had a dog here. And some sort of horse elephant thing going on over there that I'm not quite sure what those are. And birds. There's no birds in this, but the energy of birds is coming through. There's also leopard skin, so maybe a leopard. Big cat energy. Self-discovery, courage, personal power, stability, overcoming challenges, vitality. It aids in detoxification. So if you're working on overcoming an addiction, this is a good one. Harmony, it clears energy blockages, and it works with the heart because of the green color. And then because it is leopard skin jasper, it works with the root chakra. Okay. Now, let us get you a white and light oracle. Let's see. All right. Okay, we got a lot of animals going on with this one. All right, so we've got Spirit Bear of 396 hertz, number 15. So someone here might have the spirit animal of a bear. Might be a story in your family line about a bear, perhaps, or something like that. It might benefit you to listen to something with 396 hertz. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time of your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Isn't that wonderful? Number 33, Yesha Tskalia. I always say that wrong. Angel number 333. Okay. And we saw a lot of big cats, right? We saw that big cat energy with the leopard and the lion, and now we have the tiger. So someone here could have been born in the year of the tiger or have a spirit animal of tiger. You shall overcome all obstacles. Success is imminent, so stay connected to your path no matter what, and continue to apply yourself. Allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of your life. Live by your spiritual beliefs. Seek out the support of your spiritual brothers and sisters for help when needed, but also trust that you are intimately and directly connected to the powerful divine light within. There can be a dramatic healing breakthrough when you rely upon your spiritual connection. Okay, and then I'm going to read for you the angel number 333 from The Power of Numbers by Jessica Allen. How to manifest your true purpose and find meaning in your life. Okay, 333. Even if you don't necessarily want to admit it, you can usually tell when something's off in your life. Maybe it's a feathery feeling in your gut, or maybe you start to get grumpy or sleep badly. Maybe a song or podcast that used to bring you pleasure no longer works for you in quite the same way. However it manifests for you, repeat number 3s serve as confirmation that something has become unbalanced and requires care. While 333 is related to the number 3 and its solid, stable nature, becoming unbalanced can happen with any number of things, not just the number 3. For example, too much work and too little play, too much chocolate, not enough peanut butter, too many defenders, only one striker, too much push, not enough pull, and on it goes. There are a ton of examples of what it means to be unbalanced, precisely because we humans have such a hardcore craving for harmony. It's in our nature to seek equilibrium, lest we forget. The universe, whether through a wiggly sense in the back of our minds or running into 333 all over the place, will swoop in to remind us of this fact. If you've been feeling like all is well, don't be upset if you see 333. The universe might simply be one step ahead of you. The truth is that 333 is not as positive of an angel number as, say, 111, yet it's a necessary one. In keeping with the theme of balance, after 100 sunny days in a row, we would almost certainly welcome some rain. Lack of balance can often come from being in a rut, and some cardio to your strength. So add some cardio to your strength training, or take a break from watching a series to watch a movie. You don't need to go crazy and switch careers, partners, majors, or hair colors. It's possible that all you need to do is restore balance, is dip a tiny toe into some new waters. Okay? So that's a sound piece of advice, especially when we saw that 5 of Cups card there. Okay? And then we have, lastly, Spirit Owl of 852 hertz. You may benefit from listening to music at 852 hertz. This card came out in pile number 1 and in pile number 2. So if you were drawn to both or either, please do seek them out. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. That is beautiful. I hope you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. Bye. If you chose pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot and the epidote crystal, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. Okay, so right off the bat, I am seeing Page of Cups. Now, we're using the King of Cups to draw us into questions such as emotional stability, of respect, and of following our heart while not being taken advantage of. And with the Page of Cups, this is asking you to be a student of your own heart, a student of your own emotions. Seek your inner knowledge. Know thyself. Okay, that is the first thing here. With the Temperance card, it's asking you to be patient with yourself and seek after that emotional balance. I'm seeing grounding between earth and water coming through here. I'm also seeing archangel energy for those of you that matters for, and I am seeing a doctor. So perhaps some of you are seeing a doctor and attempting to have better mental health and emotional intelligence. I am also getting the partnership and soulmate card here. So a divine union, blessed, okay, is coming through, whether it's one that you're already in or one that awaits you. It could also mean that the other side is supporting this emotional therapy that you may be going through or thinking about going through, and that they will point you to the right therapist, okay? And this is part of your fate, your destiny, your wheel of fortune, okay? This is about you finding answers that you need, okay? So that you can step into your own personal power with courage, passion, determination, and joy, okay? I'm seeing some Leo energy here. I'm seeing some Aquarius energy. Leo is really strong here in this one. And then that brings you to your spiritual power, all right? And I do see you having a significant level of spiritual power with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess coming out here, okay? So tap into that. I'm also getting that some of you may have attraction magic, okay? To make sure you're balancing the light and the dark within you, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, okay? And it doesn't matter what religious background you come from. You chart your own destiny, okay? You decide what spiritual path works best for you. And that will bring about that emotional stability and intelligence that you are working towards, okay? And we're going to read epidote for you today. We have, epidote is believed to have energies to aid you to have courage, to let go of what is holding you back from living life's dreams. It has strong vibrations aiding you to attune to spirit and enhance your awareness for various aspects of oneself, aiding to make change for your higher self. Natural gemstones have their own unique beauty, colors, patterns, qualities, and faults, okay? Just as we as people do. And what this is encouraging you to do is to seek out your own internal beauty and shine a light upon it, okay? You can also get epidote in things like prehnite, where the epidote is inside of with another crystal. And this connects with earth energies here. This epidote came from the atomic squid. You can find them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And this came from a Thunder's Trove, and you can find them on TikTok and Instagram. Okay? Let us get you a white light oracle message today. And I'm actually seeing this one. Now, this came out in pile number 3, so if you were drawn at all to pile number 3, please do check it out. So this is Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz, number 15. It might benefit you to listen to music at 396 hertz. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Isn't that wonderful? I'm also getting a message that this may not be a therapist, but a life coach as well. That's coming through. Take it as it resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always, and you've got this. All right? Bye. If you picked pile number 5 with the Ingwaz rune and the rhyolite crystal, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, and I do the same for runes, okay? And I allow both the tarot and the runes to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Okay, so it's a very similar system in the way that I choose to do it via these videos. But for the tarot, I'll do this big old spread. However, for runes, I consign myself to the past, present, and future positions. Okay? And because these runes are so small and hard to see on the screen, I will show you in the book. So we have Suelo, we have Tiwaz, and we have a reversed, which doesn't happen very often, Algies. So we'll see what that's about, okay? All right, so first off, we will look at Suelo. Now, Suelo is a representation in the tarot of the sun, okay? Symbol of victory, energy, and health. So somewhere in your recent past, you have had a health victory, some sort of victory, okay? From the Poetic Edda, shield of the clouds and shining ray and destroyer of ice. In the Anglo-Saxon version of this poem, we hear that Suelo is the hope of sailors. In the Icelandic, we hear this rune is the destroyer of ice. The 9 dangerous waves have become sparkling and beautiful in the light of the sun. The ice and the hail have melted. This is the sun that guides sailors to land after their long nights and dark storms. This is the sun that clears infection and brings color to our cheeks and fat fruitfulness to the harvest. The shining ray lights us up even in winter. Think of those long, dark Icelandic winters and how good it must have felt to finally see the sun. This is Heimdall's hope for us. After everything we've been through, after all the struggles and toil and work, this is victory. This is mastery. This is a blaze of sunlight, a fire flickering in a hearth, the return of warmth to frozen hands and feet. We sit with it and feel the hardships melt away like ice itself. This is the comfort zone, and sometimes we have to allow ourselves time to be there, relax a little bit. There is safety here, safety and comfort and joy. Okay, and one of the biggest things for this one is we sit with it and feel the hardships melt away like ice itself. Okay, so this may have been shadow work for you. This may have been a health issue. It may have been a promotion. I'm getting you may have moved to your dream location. Coming through, that's also a possibility. Okay, and then in sequence, right after Suelo, when we go to the Etz tier, the very first thing is Tiwaz, okay? And that is your present position. The god Tyr, too, with the spear. Symbol of victory, the fighting spirit, and law and order. So 2 runes in a row have held victory for you. So your past and your present have hold victory. From the Poetic Edda, God with one hand in leavings of the wolf and prince of temples. We have just heard the story of Tyr, who is Tiwaz. This is the rune of the Et, the rune that carries most of the sense of justice, righteousness, and sacrifice. Look at the straight spear point of the rune itself. The rune doesn't waver, and nor can we. Tyr knows even as he puts his hand in Fenrir's mouth what will happen. He knows that the chain is unbreakable, but he knows that his wolf cannot roam free any longer. He knows that the gods have lied to the wolf, but he knows that someone always has to pay for a bargain made under duress. He knows that for justice to be served, we must lose something precious. To save the world, he must give up his ability to fight. To save the honor of the gods, he must make their oath a fair trade. His strength for Fenrir's strength, his fight for the world's fight. This is a bargain. This is justice, and he does it. And what's more, he does it for the wolf he himself fed. He fed the wolf, he nourished it, he gave it the chance to be loved and to be safe. And when it became a danger to everything and everyone, he was there at the end too. He was there when the wolf was a pup, and he was there when the wolf was banished. He took responsibility every time. He did not turn his back. He was fair. He was just. He fed the cub. He bound the wolf. He risked his life and gave his right arm to do it. He was loving. He was brave. He was loyal. He knew his community, and he knew what they needed. How can you carry this spirit into your life? What must you give to see justice done? What sacrifice could you make to see freedom happen? So this is a combination of factors for whoever this is for. For someone, this is an energy of empty nesting. You've done your job as a parent. You've raised your children, and now it's time for a new phase in your life. For others of you, this is about sacrifice. You've done a great deal of sacrifice and work on yourself. You've sacrificed for others, and now it's time to live your reward, your victory. Okay. For others still yet, this is about finding your way to contribute to the world, whether that's through volunteer work, charity work, offering your gifts or skills, out into the world sphere. Okay. Either way, this is done in love, in honor. Okay. And I'm getting also some of you have a very strong sense of justice and duty and responsibility, which comes through with that King of Cups energy. Okay. And then, like I said, which is kind of interesting, the algaes being in reverse is, I don't get that very often. So I am interested to see, and that is right before Suello. So yours is all in one area, which I find also intriguing. Origin of word, protection, defense, elk sedgegrass, symbol of protection, friendship, and defense. Algiz in the Poetic Edda. The elk sedge is mostly to be found in a marsh. It grows in the water and makes a ghastly wound, covering with blood every warrior who touches it. Okay? This is a rune of protection, of don't touch me, sort of an energy, right? But in the reverse, algaes reversed is a warning that you need to look at what others are gaining from your hard work. We saw sacrifice in that present position. Perhaps it's sacrifice of too many things, too much. Opportunistic acquaintances may have made you the scapegoat for their failures. Algaes reversed also warns that you might be deliberately misled or deceived. You may be at a weak and vulnerable time in your life. It is this weakness that is allowing others to take advantage of you. Your judgment may be clouded. Look critically at what others want from you. Now would be a good time to review the actions of your partner. If you discover dishonesty, then determine what your partner wants. This knowledge can work to your advantage. Whether or not you choose a confrontation, at least you will not be blindly trusting. Algiz reversed also functions as a mirror. You may find that you are the cause of your own problems. Are you trying to get something for nothing? If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. I'm not getting that from this particular reading. You take it as it resonates, but that's not the one that's coming through stronger for me. Letting others find your answers for you rarely works because you can end up being cheated. Awareness of yourself, your potential, and the people in your life is one way to gain control. You can lose this control if you are taken in by glib strangers. Pay close attention to what is really happening. Only when you are aware of problems can you create solutions. Okay? So, protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your sacred space. All right? Let us look at your crystal, rhyolite. And rhyolite works with the heart chakra, it most significantly, but it also can work with the solar plexus, third eye, and crown chakras as well. It helps with emotional healing, balance, acceptance of past traumas and karma. Helps with self-love, transformation, interconnection, and alignment. And I am getting that perhaps a chakra alignment meditation may be of use to this pile. All right, let us get you a white light oracle message before we close. Okay. All right, now 17, 528 hertz, mandala of the heart. It may benefit you to listen to music at 528 hertz. Sometimes aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness, in the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. Oh, that's beautiful. And then we have number 40, Sovereign Queen Maeve. I always get such wonderful Queen of Wands energy and Berkana energy from the Sovereign Queen Maeve. All right. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well-intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds, so open your heart and mind to the light. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then number 15, Spirit Bear of 396 hertz. Now, Spirit Bear came out in piles 3 and 4 as well. So if you are drawn to either or both of those, please do feel free to check them out. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time of your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. And today I am getting a berserker energy coming from this card. And berserkers, you know, they would go into a blind, almost battle-thirsty sort of warrior energy. And I don't get that you're supposed to be blind or bloodthirsty. In fact, I get the opposite. You are supposed to be able to fight your battles with clarity. The spirit and courage of a warrior, but seeing exactly what you are doing, how you are protecting yourself, and how you are fighting to move forward. Okay? And there is a little prayer that goes along with this I will read for you today. I invoke the healing frequency of unconditional love and wisdom of the Divine Mother. May my body, mind, and soul be sheltered in a sanctuary of protective grace to fully relax and deeply heal. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always, and you've got this.